for us?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we got the question, and then the other thing I was thinking about is I wrote down headlines of the last 2 weeks, totally conflicting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Market's big deal problem, everything's the greatest it's ever been. So, talk a
Thanks
little
for
bit
good
about
radio.
Yeah.
Keep this down a little. Bruce is 6'5", so when he comes
Yeah.
in,
Who's
No
Bruce?
wonder.
McGowan.
Oh, yeah.
He might come up in the sports show. So. All right, you know, you can be right here like this, talking like that.
Yep. We get to be Judge Reinhold, the close talker. You remember that episode of Seinfeld?
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Remember the
Judge
close talk?
Reinhold, yeah. Good.
Oh.
Hi.
I know.
The close talk.
I love that guy. He's funny.
And the Loud
super
family,
awesome.
and the big hands and the.
Right.
Oh yeah. She's talking so well. I don't want to be a pirate. Puppy shirt.
Totally.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Welcome. You're listening to The Best of Investing. I'm your host, Edward Brown, along with my co-host, Patti Cohn of Pacific Union International and Ed Diaz of Movement Mortgage. Yeah, the fans go wild. Mark Hunt, that Russell, is still traveling, but Pacific Private Money is still well and good, so everything's fine there. Our phone number is 888-912-1190. Use that number to answer the trivia questions for a 5-pack tanning certificate given away during this show. And that certificate is not sponsored by the radio station, but by Tan Bella Tanning Salon, with 2 locations in San Francisco and 1 in Marin. It's getting nice weather out there, so get your tan on, right?
I think I need it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
For those of you who can't see through your radio, it's got kind of a natural tan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, Patti. Excuse me. You've got some conflicting information for us?
It's always conflicting, but this is more conflicting than ever. In the past 2 weeks, I'm going to read you a couple, not more than a couple headlines. Okay, sales slide in April. First quarter U.S. sales hit the strongest pace in a decade. California home prices near a 10-year high. U.S. home sales are selling faster than ever. Bay Area home sales continue to plummet. Deciphering home prices. Are they declining in SF? More than just the high end. These are verbatim headlines. So
What is one to do?
what does it mean? And I really do believe that part of it is they're talking about number of sales versus pricing. The number of sales are down. The number of sales are down because we have no inventory.
There you
Right.
go.
So if you have a property that gets, if the properties consistently get 16 offers or 3 offers or 4 offers, I don't think the problem is that sales are down. There's just not enough to buy.
Okay.
So that's part of it. And then the other part of it is these are headlines. So some of it is national headlines, some of it is, Bay Area. Bay Area is strong. It's always going to be strong. And at the same time, I gotta be honest, I think we're in a transitional period. It's very hard to understand what exactly is going on. Putting all of that aside that I just said, we are a little bit in a transitional market. Yeah, a little bit. Like we're going into that normalizing phase. Like this is the second longest period of economic prosperity ever in history. So the longest was 126 months from 2091 to 2001 was 120 months.
Okay.
We're in 96 months. It's the second second longest period of economic prosperity. So like love, money, sex, everything else, they're cycles.
Yeah.
They're cycles.
Well, you're shaking your head. So you're from Movement Mortgage, mortgage business. I think it kind of piggybacks on with what Patty's saying.
It does. I have a third theory. I think some of these journalists might be off their meds.
Yeah.
It's just one guy writing all of these. My thought. But no, I think, look, here's what I know, and I've had this conversation a million times. I think the game changer here has been the fact that the moment that Silicon Valley decided to relocate to San Francisco, it changed the game, and I really believe that it changed it forever. So, some folks would say, oh, maybe there's going to be a bubble. I don't really think so, and I'll tell you why, because now more than ever, people have to really qualify, and because prices are so high, the kind of down payments I'm seeing, I'm not seeing 20% down. I'm seeing 30, 40% down, so it's substantial. So the loan to values have dropped considerably. Now, you're right. I mean, the lack of inventory is making the markets even crazier. I mean, I was talking to a rep from Lennar, who are much condos out in San Francisco, and he was telling me, hey, for every unit we build, we have like 18 people demanding it. So it's an 18-to-1 ratio, and I think that's not going to really change for the foreseeable future. I think just like anything, I mean, business cycles are real, and I think there'll be a correction. My suspicion, and my suspicion is maybe 3 to 5%. Nothing that's going to really shake anything off of its axis. I don't think.
Right, it's like we have prudent lending practices unlike before, and we have an economy that's propped up by real numbers versus .com.
Correct.
So, but yes, if we adjust a little bit, it's a normal cycle.
It is a normal cycle. Yeah, I agree. And just really quickly, Fannie Mae just put out that in July 29th, they're changing the debt to income ratio qualification from 45 to 50.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you think that's not a big deal? It is.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's huge, especially for self-employed.
All right, so we're going to cut to our first commercial break. Before we do, I want to make a mention here. So, what's going on this weekend? It's the Napa Valley Jazz Festival. So celebrate the good life at Brian Culbertson's 6th annual Napa Valley Jazz Getaway today and tomorrow, featuring performances by Brian Culbertson, Marcus Miller, The Whispers, Peebo Bryson, Peter White, Huge Grove, okay, UEGE Grove, and a host of others. Check them out at jazzgetaway.com. You can get your tickets from them, jazzgetaway.com. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to try to make it myself.
Yeah.
I know some people who will.
I'm ready.
Okay, so now we're going to cut to our first commercial break here, and here's the trivia question. Dry ice is the solid form of what chemical compound? You do know this? Wow, get
it's
your
not
chemistry.
coming to me, so I know everything, but it doesn't come to me.
You got to get your chemistry set out for this one. Okay, that's our trivia question. The first caller with the correct answer wins a free tanning certificate from Tan Bella, good for 5 tanning services that are worth quite a lot of money. Call 888-912-1190 to answer this question. Dry ice is the solid form of what chemical compound? All right, don't touch that dial because you're listening to the best of investing, and we're going to be right back. All right.
That was fast and fun.
Fast and
That's
furious.
how I like to do it. Oh my God, sometimes it's painful.
How many times have you done this?
You've been doing it a while.
How many? How many times have we done this? 2 years? What's the month? 2 years?
Yeah.
24?
24.
Or maybe 3 years? I don't know. 36? I don't know.
Okay.
You're a veteran of the radio.
It's fun. It's really fun. Everybody's had fun.
I try.
He frolics through. It's like a little.
You're definitely making it fun too. Definitely. Because you know what? We're not doing brain surgery.
Isn't that good?
I know, it's so good.
I so don't like blood all over my suit. You know what I mean?
It's so not attractive.
So not good, especially on the point here.
Where are you based?
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, right,
San Francisco. You do a lot of business in the city.
okay. Some I do, like I'd
Mostly
say
Marin though, right?
80% Marin, maybe 15% Napa, 5% San Francisco.
Okay, fine. Okay. What's going on in Marin?
Marin's
No
great.
inventory.
It's always great.
There's no inventory though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
If you list it, it will sell. That's so much fun. I'm mostly a listing agent, so yeah.
That's good. That's what you want to do. That's where you want to be.
I'm really excited. This year, I've been in this business 28 years. This year, I've done more business as of the end of April than I have for any other year
The
ever.
whole year.
I'm really
So
it's
it's your best quarter ever.
oh, it's my best year ever, and it's
And
only
she's
the first
done it
quarter
the first
or the first 4 months.
Yeah.
You know.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No.
Congratulations. That's great.
Well, just what's up.
Here. Okay, are we ready? You have something you wanna lead in with?
I kind of mentioned it. I kind of blew my cover, but about the whole Fannie Mae thing. I just think that's
Expand on
especially
that.
for
Talk a little bit
self-employed.
about that.
Expand
'Cause, yeah, I want to expand on that a little bit. What does that mean? 'Cause it's to the consumer.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the best of investing. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Patti Cohen and Ed Diaz. First trivia question was: dry ice is the solid form of what chemical compound? Anyone? Everyone?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Very good.
Very good.
Not bad, Ed.
That was for my teacher in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I blew up too many chemistry labs, so they throw me out.
Oh, was that you?
That was me. Yeah.
He was that guy,
So,
but he was a lot of fun.
I was a lot of fun. Exactly. Yeah. In fact, on my resume, I put I graduated 85 out of a class of 100. I thought that would be a good thing to put on the resume. So Ed, before we get to break, you were mentioning about the Fannie Mae regulations going from 45% up to 50%. Expand on that a little bit to explain it to the audience.
Yeah, so Fannie Mae is pretty much the predominant buyer of mortgages out in the market. So when you go and get a mortgage, whether any bank or any mortgage broker, chances are that your loan is going to end up being bought by Fannie Mae. So consequently, they're the ones who write the rules, or what we call guidelines, of how to qualify for a loan. And they announced that on July 29th of this year, they're going to increase the maximum debt-to-income ratio allowed to qualify from 45 to 50%.
Ouch.
You figure 5% though, I mean, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is, because you'd be surprised how many, particularly self-employed folks, have a lot more debt than the average person because of the way they get paid. So sometimes they'll come in with a higher debt-to-income ratio, even though they know that they have a couple of clients in the wings that as soon as those close, they'll be able to pay everything off. But at the moment, their debt-to-income ratio might be 46, 47%, and so they're cut out. This 50 is a significant number, and that's the reason why they went from 45 to 50, not to 60, by the way.
Gotcha. So that will loosen the guidelines then.
It will
Okay,
loosen.
I just want to make sure.
And by the way, I think that's going to be a trend, because I'm starting to see, not that I am a proponent of this, but I'm starting to see stated income loans coming back.
Really?
Yeah, not that I'm a proponent of that, by the way.
Wow.
I am a big believer that you should actually qualify instead of look the other way and fog a mirror.
I mean, didn't they kind of learn their lesson in 2006, 7, 8?
Well, here's the thing about human beings: we have very short-term memories.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean,
I remember the cover of Time magazine that said, if we did not have short-term memories and could not remember pain, every family would only have one child.
Is that why my mom only had me?
Yeah. Are you an only child?
I am. So is my son.
So is he. Very interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? We've got some interesting emails to cover here. So let's get into this one. Patty, it's scary to price my property low when my entire nest egg is tied up in the property. Why not price it high? I can always come down.
Yeah, that is the question all the time, and it's really important to be brave, be very brave, because it's counterintuitive, and you know, the generation or 2 generations before ours was always like, I can always come down. It doesn't work that way. We're fueling emotions. The way we prepare properties right now, they look gorgeous. Everything is fueled by emotions. The way we market it, the way we spin it, it's fueled. So if we can price it in a way that's going to fuel even more emotions, then you're going to get more offers. And every area is different, but at San Francisco particularly will go really, really low, and then it'll bid up, 50% or whatever.
Yeah, because it's, if I remember correctly, if let's say I think my house is worth really $1 million, but I say I'm going to put it on for $800,000, hoping it gets bid up. If someone says I've got $800,000 an all cash offer, you still don't necessarily have to accept it, do you?
No, because hey, sorry, we're looking at offers on Tuesday at noon. But however, if someone asks me when are we looking at offers, and I say Tuesday at noon, unless there's something ridiculous right now, I'm going to get a ridiculous offer that's really, really high and really, really good.
Wow.
So the exceptions is if you're a seller and you've got 1 or maybe 2 or 3 issues. If you have 3 issues, it's a problem. Issues meaning I'm on a busy street, I've got 74 steps up to the property, I've got a dysfunctional floor plan, that kind of stuff. If you've got all those 3, then it's not right for the masses.
Gotcha.
But generally speaking, if you've got your general house that's just working and we've prepped it and it looks gorgeous, be brave, be very brave, and price it a little under what you think it's worth, and it's going to get bid up because we don't have the inventory. And it's
Very interesting. Yeah, because of this specific market. In a different market, might be something.
Right. You can do that in the buyer's market. Yep. And you can do it all over the country, but we're particularly strong Yeah.
Very good. And how do people get a hold of you with more questions?
Oh, a question away. It's Patti Cohn, 415-722-4842.
Very good. So Ed, one comes in here. It says, where do you think mortgage lending is headed this and next year with so much uncertainty?
Well, I mean, our last conversation was kind of a precursor. I
Yeah.
really believe that they're going to start to soften guidelines
Okay.
to promote, more home ownership. We already know it's not a secret that there is a lack of inventory in the whole country, but specifically
Yeah.
here in the Bay Area. So,
What about interest rates? What's your crystal ball say?
yeah,
Karnak,
it's funny because last year I said, well, by Q2 we'll probably be at 5%, and here I am. I have to retract. I honestly think because of the uncertainty, I think rates are either going to be flat or they're going to come down.
You think they're still going to come down?
I do.
I mean, they did pop up a little bit.
They did,
so
but
have
look
come
at
down.
look at the pop though. It's about 0.25% spread.
Not
The pop isn't much, so that's why I'm saying I think it's going to either stay flat or they're going to come down. But
And also look at the 50 or 60, 70-year spread. I remember
Yeah.
so clearly when anything under 10%
Yeah.
was
Oh,
something to
it's
dance
great.
about.
yeah, that was like free money.
Yeah.
Right? Well, in 1981, the 30-year fixed reached a 21%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rate.
I
And it's
remember.
crazy.
I actually remember that.
I worked for a bank, exactly. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was too smart, so I didn't pay off my 20.75% loan in the on my car because I was so smart I could make more in the stock market.
Huh.
Yeah, that didn't happen so well. Of course, being
Youth.
20
We'll do
years,
a group
that's
hug.
it. Youth. Yeah. Thank you very
Group
much.
hug.
All right, we're going to cut to our second commercial break trivia question here. This is kind of interesting. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has been around since 1896. Now, the actual stock market's been around since 1794, I think it is. But the Dow Jones has been around since 1896. It has seen many changes over time. But which company is still on it? And I will give you a hint. It's not the Buggy Whip company that was. I don't think they make Buggy Whips anymore. Don't be guessing yet. Don't get a guess when you get out of the air. So the first caller with the correct answer is going to win that free tanning certificate. Call 888-912-1190 to answer this question. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has been around since 1896. It has seen many changes over time, but which company is still on it? So it's been around that long. All right, don't touch that dial because the best of investing is going to be right back.
Is it the Dow?
What's that?
Is it the Dow? I mean, is it IBM?
Nope.
Westinghouse?
I'm not going to say. I'm going to let you guess
Or
for a million
GM.
times.
GM, Ford. We know which is not on anymore. We know which is really
That's
on.
true. Facebook.
Yeah, right.
I think for
Right.
a joke also.
Twitter.
Why don't you guess that? Yeah. Okay.
Polaroid used to be the stock.
Oh, I remember that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Speaking of, what's happened to Toshiba? They went kind of silent. They were about to go under. There was rumors of some Japanese billionaire buying them.
That was a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I remember reading something about that. I don't know if I didn't follow it. When we get back, what do you want to cover?
Oh, this is fast. That's good. How much time do we have? We have 2 segments.
We have an 8:40 and a 9:19. Since Mark's not here, maybe I'll get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
What Mark does, but-
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Edward Brown here, along with Patti Cohn and Ed Diaz. I didn't even have to look at you guys. I knew who it was. Okay.
Cheater.
Cheater, yeah. Second trivia question. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has been around since 1896. It has seen many changes over time, but which company is still on it? So what's one of the original ones?
I'm just going to say Coca-Cola.
I was going to say Facebook. But
Singer.
no. General Electric.
Gee,
Yeah,
of course.
Of course, I guess that's one of those. I knew you'd know what it is. All right, so I want to make a mention here. So Transcendence Theater Company's award-winning concert series, Broadway Under the Stars, returns to Sonoma Valley this summer. Experience world-class wine picnicking alongside sprawling vineyards all summer long, beginning June 16th. Top talent filled the stage at the Jack London Historic Park. Check them out at bestnighthever.org, and I actually went to one of their events at the Civic Center, and I was actually very impressed. It is a very awesome show. It's called Broadway Under the Stars.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun actually.
Best
So
night ever, huh?
bestnightever.org.
I'm on Google.
Yeah, and if you check it out, then you can see like a little 30-second blurb YouTube, that sort of thing. Okay, so Mark Hanf is not here, but he gave me some information. Talk about a little with Pacific Private Money. So first of all, Pacific Private Money, what do? They go ahead and they provide private mortgages for people who don't have enough time to go to the bank, or there's some glitch in the system. And Ed and I have worked together before because someone needs a regular, good old plain vanilla mortgage. Ed, you can do them how fast?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's-
by the
that's
way, we've
fast.
got to have you give out your information in case people are out there and saying, wait a minute, 2 weeks, I can get a mortgage from Ed Diaz of Woodman Mortgage in 2 weeks?
Yeah, we approve you up front in 6 hours, and we get your loan done in 2 weeks.
And that's really valuable when you're competing with other buyers
Yeah.
where 40% are cash,
That's
and
right.
their deal is 10-day close,
Yeah.
and forget it, I'm out. I've got 30-40 day loan approval.
Exactly.
Well, he can do it in 10.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks. I'm
2 weeks.
already pushing him.
Yeah.
Look at this, she's already pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
we've
unheard
actually
of.
beat out 2 all cash offers because it was going to take them longer to get the cash.
Oh my God.
See?
That's amazing.
Just because you have cash doesn't mean you have it available, right?
Oh, that's an interesting
It's
point.
true.
Yeah, I got tied up at the stock market, and I got it.
Or it's overseas,
Overseas, yeah.
Mhm.
How do people get a hold of you?
Well, you can call me at 415-302-7613, or you can email me, ed.diaz with a Z at movement.com, or send me a homing pigeon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I got to say that it's funny because I look and I go, does Pacific Private Money compete there? Well, not really, because there are a lot of deals that Pacific Private Money is a little more are going to be more expensive,
Yeah.
but we can get the deal done. Sometimes we can get it done in 4 days. Obviously no slight to movement mortgage because 2 weeks is very
Yeah,
quick.
for
very
conventional,
for
regular
conventional.
banking, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got so the consumer has all these choices.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
a lot of people will not qualify with a conventional mortgage, which is what Ed does. So,
Right.
and there's a lot of people for
Yeah.
various reasons. They're
Yeah.
very qualified people, but they
Absolutely.
will not meet the guidelines.
They just don't fit the box, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
a
are
box.
just a great gray area lender.
Yeah, so we've come to the rescue on the situations where we just did a deal not too long ago where this guy owned a building in Marin County, and he was moving his building, but he needed a lot of cash quickly to do a certain business transaction. But as soon as he moves out of the building, it's going to be vacant and it's for sale. Well, there's no good banks that want to lend, and this was a second mortgage. So there are too many things against this guy, but he really, really needed the money, and his loan to value was fairly good, and he made fairly good income.
Yeah.
So we were able to fund the deal in about 10 days, and felt very comfortable, with him. And the way we look at it is, it's a win-win situation, right? I mean, our investors are gonna, they end up getting 7.5% to 8% interest on the money, and it's well secured.
Yeah, and it fills an immediate need, and here's what happens is that gives them the time also to become bankable in a lot of times, so they
That's
come
right.
back to me, so it ends up being, relationship deal anyway.
That's
between
right. That's
our
why we work
companies.
very well together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Or in this case, the guy, because he's selling the building, he's not going to refinance it. He'll just sell the building. And that's how.
But he might buy something else and become bankable and
There,
come back to me, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So, on the one hand, we provide loans to borrowers very quickly, a little more expensive than the bank, but we can get it done. And then on the flip side, from an investor standpoint, the clients are earning 7.5% to 8%, no losses in the portfolio because we're very conservative. And when I say we, Mark is very conservative in his underwriting. And out of like 1,200 loans that he's done since 2008, which a lot of people go, oh yeah, but you weren't in, with the when the market was going down. Well, actually, the market from 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 was going down, but yet no loans have been there's been no losses on any of those loans.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
It's
it's
amazing.
a good way, and I've got a nice little IRA nest egg that I've have some money in the Pacific Private Money Fund. Very happy getting a monthly distribution. I like it. So if you feel like you want to get at least 7.5%, and it's secured by Bay Area real estate, it's kind of like having a mutual fund.
Well, it beats a CD, let's be honest.
Just a little bit, yeah. And also, I like the fact the principal doesn't fluctuate.
Right.
So it's just like getting a decent rate of return. You can go to pacificprivatemoney.com or call them at 415-883-2150. Now we have just another minute before we have to cut to our last commercial trivia question. What do you want to cover in this last minute? What do you got? I've been, you keep reading in the paper, sales, medium sales are X.
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
Well, that's back to sales are plummeting, and it's the best year ever, record high. And I really do believe, like, I've spoken to so many journalists over the years, and they really don't get it. You got to give journalists credit because they have to learn a lot
Well,
of
we see
different
your
things.
name in the paper all the time.
Yeah, and every single time you got to educate them
Yeah.
because they're talking about sales are plummeting. It's just because the number of sales are down. It's because we don't have inventory. But
Yeah.
when the average in Marin right now is 2.7% over asking on average,
Yeah.
then we have a strong market. So that's it.
Well, and here's the other thing: when you're looking at properties, I mean, there's this little DOM, which is days on market. What's the average days on market?
Average days on market is 55. Sorry, it's 51, and my average days on market is 19 for that listing.
19.
Wow. 2.7% over asking is a healthy market. It's not like 20% over asking.
Well, no, that's average,
I know, but I mean
Yeah.
that's also a pretty healthy average, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if it was 20% over asking,
Yeah.
you go, well, there's something weird about that. And if it was way under asking, then that also would be it's something weird. It's sort of
Yeah.
like inflation. It's like it's good to have a little inflation.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's like stress.
A
Stress.
A little bit of stress is
Yeah.
good.
Use stress
Yeah.
versus distress.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to cut to our last commercial trivia question here. Here we go. What metal item on the end of a kite string gave off sparks in Ben Franklin's 1752 experiment? You know the answer to this one. All right, call 888-912. The eyes go big. I got it. 888-912-1190. And again, if you're the first caller with the correct answer, so get on the phone right now and call 888-912-1190 to answer this question. What metal item on the end of a kite string gave off the sparks in Ben Franklin's 1752 experiment? And again, the first caller with the correct answer is going to win that free Tambella certificate. Don't touch that dial. We're going to be right back.
We're blowing through this, aren't we?
I know, it goes
Faster than
fast.
usual?
Fast and furious.
It seems like faster than usual. Keep it fast, it keeps it fun.
Yeah, good. Good energy.
You've done it a few times?
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
It's
Not
fun.
2 years, but
Yeah, it's good. And if you've done it once, you've done it 100 times, it's the same,
and I've done it in Spanish. That's funny.
Really?
The funny part goes, sí, amigos y amigos, miren, llámenos en los próximos 10 minutos y le haremos un nuevo Ford Fusion. That's how it is.
It sounds like a race car.
It is. It's
Yeah.
the craziest thing. Everything's like so hyped up and so huge.
Yeah.
Like, everything's bigger than life.
Exactly.
You want this new gerbil, but in Spanish, for some reason, it sounds like something good.
Interest rates are 20%.
Right.
Oh. So when were you doing it? What was that?
I did it for like a year. Yeah, they invited me to come out and do that.
I guess your Spanish is good enough.
My Spanish is very good.
All right, so we got one long segment. 9
Okay.
minutes and 19 seconds.
All
Doesn't sound like much, but it is.
We need a little plan. Small plan.
It went quick.
It did.
I gotta tell you, this is the fastest feeling one I've done.
It is.
It is.
Me too. Me too. I think it's our energy. We're like moving things.
Is it this energy or what?
Could be. Could be.
I
You
think
don't know.
so.
Factor.
No issues. No tissues
But
needed.
I just don't want dead air time. So what?
All right. So yeah.
What any stories? You have any interesting stories about?
I always have interesting stories.
Okay. You must have some
I gotta
interesting
think
stories.
about this. I'm gonna think of something valuable.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. That'll probably be
Yeah.
a question.
Something happened.
And I just want to make one quick mention. Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Edward Brown here, along with Patti Cohen and Ed Diaz. Can't tell the players without a scorecard. Third trivia question: what metal item on the end of a kite string gave off the sparks in Ben Franklin's 1752 experiment?
The
A key. Oh, that's right. Remember, lightning striking. I figured he discovered electricity. Now then he had to house it somehow, which makes You have to wait till Edison to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Hit the snooze and go get coffee.
All right. So here we want to make a mention here for the San Francisco Theological Seminary. So if you're thinking of a wedding venue, family reunion, check out the San Francisco Theological Seminary in San Anselmo. There's a 2-story, completely remodeled Victorian home, which features 6 spacious bedrooms and 3 full baths. This Victorian home can accommodate up to 14 guests in beds, not one bed,
Right. Yeah,
or 50 people for receptions. So they'll provide you a memorable event you will soon not forget. Call 415-451-2836 or go to www.seminaryevents.com. So what a beautiful place. You got to check that out to see how beautiful for a wedding. Or
Especially a Victorian. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's, I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
You know the castle thing that's in San Anselmo? That's where the seminary. Yeah, I know.
So the theological seminary,
Yes.
people are doing that
Yeah, they
as a commercial venture.
yes.
Well, that's different
I know.
because I thought about that place, and of course it's not that, but that's so surprising.
I know. So if you just go onto the web and go www.seminaryevents.com, you can see how beautiful this place is. It's a great place for again weddings or
Oh, that's great.
family reunion or something. You can rent out the place. Okay, so Ed, give us an interesting story, please.
Yeah. This is a story of persistence, right? Which, going back to real estate, let's be honest, you got to be persistent in this market. We just said that there's no inventory,
In
right?
any market.
You cannot quit.
Yeah.
And the whole key to success is being persistent, right? I always believe that the hustle is more important than even your IQ.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
for sure.
You have to be committed to something. Well, I have a client that we just closed literally this last Thursday of last week, and this is a guy who epitomizes that. He came to this country from Colombia. He comes in with a student visa. The student visa expires. He tries everything to get an H-1B, gets a job after college, and I don't know, something slipped through the cracks that the employer had to actually let him go for 3 months, and then he had to reapply. Well, he gets the H-1B, and of course after that, he's like, well, now my next step is, now that I have the visa, I want to buy a house. Can I do that? And we sat down, and we structured it because he didn't think that, and here's the lesson. He didn't think that because he had an H-1B visa that he could actually get financing. For some reason, he had heard or misheard that if you have a visa, you can't get financing, which is not the fact. My point of this, there's a lot of myths out there, but when you're a persistent person, what happens is that you go and research and find out the truth of the facts. We sat down. Well, long story short, last Thursday, we got him into a condo in Oakland, which is exactly where he wanted to be, close to work, and he's a happy camper. But it goes to show you, look, there are no limitations. The only limitations are between our ears, right?
Yeah. That's great.
So that's for the audience. What you do is you call Ed Diaz.
Yeah, let's talk it out.
Talk it out.
That's the thing. Advice.
And the thing is, you'll be honest with them and tell them.
100%.
If you can't get them alone, then you'll push them somewhere else. But you'll try to help them.
Or if they can't do it now, I'll prepare them to do it tomorrow. See, that's the thing where you don't quit. I give them advice. I'm an ex-Wall Street guy, so I've been around money and advising about money for over 25 years. So let's use that experience. Let's get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've noticed that a lot of people think that they can't do anything unless it's right now. Mortgage brokers will work with you for several years and giving you guidance on, none of us get paid until it's done, but I've worked with people for 7 years and trying to figure out how they can make it work. Mortgage brokers will help you with your credit.
The ones who care, those agents and mortgage professionals that care, will invest the time with you because they're into the relationship. It's not the transaction.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it doesn't happen, like you said, immediate. But not only will it happen maybe 7 years from now, but they'll also refer you people who they know.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about people, right? At the end of the day, and the right people will invest in you. And I tell you what, I'd want that person, wouldn't you? If I can't do it right now, I don't want them to abandon me.
Well, it's interesting. I know a lot about insurance when it has to do with life insurance and disability insurance, but when it comes to like health insurance or property and casualty, it's a different animal. So for my health insurance, I got a guy who, all the Obamacare stuff is really, really difficult to understand. And this guy hardly makes anything on this, but he just really wants to help. and he's a good guy.
That's called heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a good guy, and he's just always willing to help whenever he can, and it's like you feel bad calling him, taking his time, because you know he's not making a fortune off of it, but.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's all about contribution, and because
It is.
we do not get paid until it closes, and I and then you look at I worked with them for 5 hours and I made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, I have worked with all of those people and made nothing for many years, and it's
Right.
okay, it works.
Yeah, it's purpose over profit.
Yeah.
But they both can coexist. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
However, the purpose always wins.
Well, like I said, you surround yourself with good people.
Absolutely.
So, like Patty, you were mentioning that you're having an extraordinary year.
Yeah, this is an amazing year, and I think that the less I try to sell, the
Mhm.
better I do. It took me 28 years to figure that out. But in
So
28
true.
years, I mean, by the end of April,
Yeah.
I've done more business this year than I have in any other 28 of those 28
Of
years.
the year. So the first 4 months was better in this year than it was in a full year about all the other years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and really, I'm a strong listing agent, and some of it is just simply like selling before they hit the market and doing both sides.
And then you have a team of people.
I am really hands-on. I've got a transaction coordinator once we get into escrow. Before we get into escrow, I'm not passing somebody off to a team. It's,
Okay.
I'm doing it myself. I'm making sure those people are taken care of.
The
Yeah, 'cause
Patti experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing is, when someone hires you to list the property, they really want you.
They hire you.
Exactly.
Same thing for you, Ed. I mean,
Absolutely.
You take it, what was it called, soup to nuts, as they say?
Absolutely. A to Z, man.
Yeah. And when people try to sell the whole team thing, I just say, you know what, guess what? It's more that falls through the cracks. Like if you call
Good
Joe, Joe says, I thought Jane was going to do that. Well, Jane's working on that. Let me check with her. I'll get back to you. And then it's like, I thought you were going to do it. When you have one person that's accountable, that's when you get stuff done. Just look at the government. That's a team.
Yeah.
You get nothing done.
Good point.
But Ed, so do you have like an assistant too? I mean, how does your
Yeah, I have two, and I have support crew as well. But the initial, I look at it like the doctor and the nurse, right? I'm always going to be the doctor. I'm always the first person that you talk with. I'm always going to be the one who structures your loan, gives you the advice. I'm a big believer that advice matters.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I've actually talked people out of refinancing because the numbers don't pencil. It doesn't make sense. But that'll come from me direct. So my staff are ones that are support, right? So things like paperwork and things like that. But the advice and the real doctor and the diagnosis and the strategy, that comes 100% from me.
Yeah,
I
same.
Yeah, I can see the advice part. That's important. I need to know. Do I need? What kind of loan should I get?
Right.
What's the LTV I'll be able to qualify for?
Should I put that much money down? Should I put less?
Yeah.
Should I liquidate funds from my IRA or my retirement, or should I not?
Yeah.
Or should I take a loan out from my 401k? You know how many people want to liquidate a 401k? They're going to take the 10% hit and pay income taxes because they're less than 59 and a half. I said, no, don't do that. Because a little known fact is that you can actually borrow your own money from the 401k, and lenders don't count that as debt. It's not a loan to us.
Yeah.
As well, it shouldn't be. It's their own money.
Right. But most people would think, well, they call it a loan, so is that going to
Yeah.
hit my debt when I go and apply with you, Ed? No, it doesn't.
Unless you pull your credit on your own self, right?
Right.
Do a hard pull.
Right.
Do I
And the
follow
truth
that?
is, we have a built-in conflict of interest right here. I mean, yeah, he wants to sell you a loan, I want to sell you a house, but I can't tell you how many times I've told people, if it were me, I would not buy this house.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, stay with us. That's we'll come right back with some closing comments.
And I mean, especially people that are newly divorced or death in the family, I was like, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
When I love to say go buy a house, I'm telling you right now, just rent for a year. Figure it out. Where does it feel good?
Well, same thing.
No,
It's like
100%.
someone dies and they immediately, well, mom, you should sell the house. It's like, well,
Hang out.
maybe they should, but don't just automatically assume.
Wow, this was so great and fast.
Yes, because
Where's Mark anyway?
he's leaving for vacation tomorrow, but he's been so swamped with stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got leading into it, right? He's got to
Exactly.
prep.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone for
Makes
3
sense.
weeks. So
Where's he going?
Thailand.
Oh, nice.
Gosh, I just got hungry instantly.
Yeah, I love Thai food.
I love Thai food.
Oh,
In fact, I'm gonna have it on Saturday because I'm visiting my sister. in
no, I
Berkeley.
just might because of this conversation.
Yeah.
That red curry is my favorite. I just tend to always get the same
Love
thing.
it. Love it.
Yeah,
There's nothing not to like, honestly.
There's a Royal Tide, you been to that?
Yeah.
They have the
Where's that
Chilean
at?
sea bass.
Ooh.
It's
You're
like
killing me.
yeah, it's like this sweet buttery type thing. It is. It's a little
So
more on
good.
the expensive side,
Yeah.
but it is. I'm not a big fish eater.
Yeah, but
But,
Chilean sea bass is
oh.
the best. In some places, it's illegal. I mean, it's that good, you know, because it's rare. It's a really high fat, but Chilean sea bass is the best.
Yeah.
Do we have any more time?
We have just five minutes, so we're supposed to kind of like wrap it up.
Okay.
Just, wrap up, but kind of a summary of what we did before.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Best of Investing. Last time for today, I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Patti Cohen and Ed Diaz. So we're going to wrap things up here. So Ed, I guess you're going to be that's going to be good for your business. The fact that they're raising the debt to income from 45% to 50%.
Yeah, it is, and I feel a particular victory for my business owner clients that are many times misunderstood and they're not really vetted correctly. Let me say that. So I feel that that's going to be great for the business community, particularly.
And so again, if people want to get a conventional mortgage in a very quick time with very nice and intelligent people, who do they call, Ed?
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please call me at Diaz. I'd love to do a free consultation with you. We can go from A to Z, 415-302-7613.
And are you guys mortgage bankers? Or?
We are.
Okay, so it's really your guys' money.
It is, and we also, which is interesting, it's really the best of both worlds. We're a mortgage bank with the ability to broker when it becomes something such as if you are a foreign national and you want to invest in the United States, but you live, let's say, in Shanghai, and you have no intentions on living here, but you want to buy investment property, we'll do that.
Okay, I like that. And Patti, people have questions about real estate because you're the #1 broker in
The world.
yeah.
The universe!
The universe. It's more than the world, it's the universe.
The Earth!
Yeah. So for people who have real estate questions that they just want to ask you.
Yeah, even if it's just curious. I helped somebody that called me on the radio that just, a friend lost their house and they were down somewhere south. I just looked it up and gave them the information, so it's fine. Come from contribution. Anyway, Patti Cohen, Pacific Union Real Estate, 415-722-4842.
Okay. And again, I'll give a little plug for Mark here. For those who can't get conventional financing from the bank, want to buy their house or rental property or commercial property, you can call Mark Hanf at Pacific Private Money at 415-883-2150 or go to pacificprivatemoney.com. Also, on the flip side, for those who have money and say, gee, where can I invest? Because I don't like getting 0.01% in the bank, or actually you can get better than that nowadays. You can get 0.5%.
Right.
But if you want more than that, if you want 7.5%, but still have it be conservative, you can potentially invest in the Pacific Private Money Fund, which again, if you just go to pacificprivatemoney.com, you can check it out. It's an open book. There's no hidden anythings on there. By the way, there's no fee to get in, and there's no fee to get out.
Oh, that's
pretty
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not tying up anybody's money.
Nope.
And you're not tying up time either. Like, so the time frame, I want my money when. If I'm investing there and I would like to get my money out, how long does it take?
Usually he can get it out in 2 weeks or less.
That's great.
Yeah. And it kind of ebbs and flows. Sometimes he's had situations where he's been able to say, I'll give you a check right today, but we do the interest at like the 15th and the 30th of the month, and this is the 17th of the month. So if I give you a check, you're not going to earn the next 14 days. If you can wait 14 days, you get the full interest.
Right.
Right. So people have a choice on that.
That's great.
And they do have like a 1-year hold on. So it's, you don't want to invest if you're going to invest and then pull it out in a month. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to cut to our thoughts for the day. If you aren't going all the way, why go at all? You know who said that? Joe Namath.
Is that the version of go big or go home?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. And Mario Andretti, remember him?
Of
Yes.
course.
Driver? Yeah, especially you because you like the race cars.
I'm a gearhead. Guilty as
He said, if you have everything under control, you're not moving fast.
I love
You like that?
I'm getting that T-shirt right after this.
I thought you'd like that. All right. Tune in next week to the Best of Investing. Why? Because we're going to be giving away more free prizes for answering trivia questions. Thanks for listening. On behalf of our team, I'm Edward Brown. We're wishing you the best of investing. So long. Okay.
Yay! That was awesome.
That's a wrap.
That was a really, really, really good one.
That was great.
Yeah. Okay, good
That's going up. It's up there with the most fun.
We ought to start a road show.
Yeah.